4 times Trump's wild claims about his rallies were proven false. Being a presidential candidate means spending a lot of time out on the road, talking about oneself in an attempt to woo prospective voters. For Donald Trump, that's not exactly a difficult task. Ever since announcing his intent to run for office a 3rd time, the divisive politician has been appearing almost daily at rallies, sometimes squeezing in more than one at a time. In red states, Trump looked for reassurance that his fans would show up at the polls in November. In crucial swing states, he attempted to sway undecided voters his way. Even though Trump still owes millions in rally bills and legal fees, this hasn't slowed him down in the least. The former president's schedule for the first week of October 2024 included 2 rallies in one day in separate Wisconsin cities, alongside a return to Butler, Pennsylvania, where he narrowly escaped assassination just 3 months earlier. For a former TV personality, being able to express his opinions to a cheering audience is Trump's idea of heaven. So enamored is he, in fact, that he often talks about his rallies during his rallies. The praise is gushing and self-promoting, if not always truthful. A Trump speech one day is usually followed by a news outlet fact-checking his statements the next. About the only claim that can't be debunked is Trump's messy Mother's Day shootout, in which he said his late mother-in-law was looking down from heaven and complimenting the size of the crowd, formerly known as Twitter. Maybe Long Island medium Theresa Caputo can speak to that one. In the meantime, there are plenty of other dubious rally-related statements to excavate. Topping the list of Donald Trump's rally claims, of course, are his boasts about the massive turnout he gets every single time he appears on stage. One representative example came at a Michigan event in September 2024, when the former president rattled off a list of recent attendance stats. We had 107,000 people show up in New Jersey, we had 68,000 people show up in Alabama, we had 79 or 81,000 in South Carolina, via Newsweek. The message is clear. Anyone who can draw crowds that big deserves to run the country. But the outlet also pointed out that while thousands of MAGA followers do attend Trump rallies, the number is nowhere near the figures he claims. The Alabama count, for instance, is off by about 15,000 to 20,000 attendees, according to local officials, and the Jersey Shore location is only capable of holding fewer than 80,000 people. Trump spokesman Stephen Chung clarified that the total figures include fans without tickets who flock outside the venues just to be near their hero. When Trump spoke at Crotona Park in the Bronx borough of New York City, he later reposted stats on Truth Social that claimed he'd drawn a crowd of 25,000. Yet footage from the local ABC affiliate included an overhead shot of the scene, revealing a much smaller group clustered around the stage. Former President Barack Obama couldn't help getting in a dig at his successor at the 2024 Democratic National Convention. Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden elevator 9 years ago. He began, per Deadline. There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. Obama then improvised a visual gag, spreading his hands apart before bringing them, well, embarrassingly close together to laughter. You can call Donald Trump clueless, a bully, narcissistic, or even unfit to lead the country. And plenty of people have. But whatever you do, don't call him boring. Kamala Harris really got under Trump's skin during their first presidential debate with one particular dig, not about his concept of a healthcare plan, or even his offensive, and easily disproven, comments about illegal immigrants eating pets in Ohio, but about the controversial candidate's rally audiences. People start leaving his rallies early, the vice president pointed out, via YouTube. Out of exhaustion and boredom, over Trump's lengthy speeches and repetitive talking points. Outraged, the former president insisted it was Harris who had trouble filling a venue. People don't leave my rallies, he stated confidently. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. Trump hasn't left the topic alone since then. At a rally in Michigan months later, he repeated his "nobody ever leaves" claim, suggesting some folks just look like they're leaving when they're actually stretching their legs. But as much as the former Apprentice host would like to believe his fans hang on his every word, there's plenty of evidence to suggest otherwise. A quick search online elicits an